Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go again. Aloe drink, granted, really strong when I put the last bit in here. This is like what the preppers and backpackers need. This is Colin Dawson with the Political Minute. And please, let's try and grow some in America so that we can actually use our desert lands for agricultural practices that are useful. Maybe we can even get tequila grown down there and we can call it Amelia or Tequila. Also brought to you by Luskatavia Vodka. Not Russian, it's Polish. I'm growing the potatoes out back to replace and be good prepper. But if not, look for Blue Label is best. So good. Like and subscribe, comment, all that sort of stuff. But I just want to touch on an issue that I finally came up with on a long rant before. And if anybody's saying this isn't made for kids, it's filled with water. I can sober up really quick. But anyway, since we got to be able to say whatever it is, crisis on the border with everything, so we can always blame the alcohol later, is 100%. We just gotta look at our buddies and be like, yeah, you have 4 years of like a humanitarian crisis, and the UN was getting angry. Maybe we can do it on this side, and then we can stick them with the narco bill or something else, and we just won't pay them anything from the DEA or your all's pockets. Anyway, just going along with this and everything, I am 100% just wanted to tell you, Cruze said he was going to impeach Biden. I mean, who wouldn't want to be president of these guys? Because, anything a B felony and under that the normal public knows what it means, or even like murder, you have to say it in some way that doesn't mean anything. And it's absolutely ridiculous. And as much as I love Alicia Cortez, oh my God, she's single. It's like she ain't married, but she's single. That's when you can steal the girl away. I mean, that her body should just be like illegal out there. But I'm going, as much as they try and throw me on a Cherokee Native reservation and everything else, nothing against it. It's the tourists and it's spring break right now. You got the mask on. That's her cousin. I don't care. You ain't going to get out a DNA test for that, for anything. It's like, look here. Oh, my God. It's like, oh, look, he's someone else now. Oh, they're going to deport me Southeast Asia. It's like, God, crab's only 75 cents down there. I got to listen to anybody about dietary law. Some made-up group of Christianity or something else out there nowadays. It's like I don't really care here with a lot of it, man. But I mean, she's back and forth in front of that. And he's like, "Please don't look at him as a zoo. Please don't look at him as a zoo, sir, ma'am. What are they, at a feedlot then? I mean, you're not getting Biden for anything down there. He's not ordering them to rape anybody. He's not ordering them to go in there and do everything else. Age of consent, I understand, to do with your body is 10 years of age down there in Spanish areas, 7 in areas of India, and a lot of the tribalistic areas. Probably all go down there and it's like, yeah, I gave him the grow up shot. You can get Biden maybe for that one. I gave him the grow up shot whenever they were 6 years old. Had sex with them. Told them they were in the what's that? Founding father. Washington. You're in Washington's family now because sexual thing. Yeah, Cuban cult straight out of Nazi Jesus's line of everything else out there with it. I mean, seriously, there's not one thing you can impeach Biden for. I mean, you can fine him. I mean, even Trump would be like, God, impeach him. Oh, God, that's just fines. He's overcrowding the public housing situation. You're not going to get him for anything out there unless he's like ordering people to rape people, murder people, or else it's like, dude, I'm sexually exploiting the children and I'm selling this in places overseas to balance the budget. And then it's like, well, the president can make money in ways that you just don't know of or anything. Listen to that with Obama, and now it's like, who's in there? Creepy uncle. But, you know, Cruze and everything else that he is going to impeach Biden over this. I mean, working as a foreign agent, if I said this stuff, I know people would get 20 to 50 years investigation. They'd be giving me with my fat ass here. Oh, wait, sorry, I need more of the water. Truth serum or else honesty from Colin. Just refill with water. Now, as it is, Mr. Biden, President Biden now, it's like trying to get him on the grow up shot and saying which one would serve him with a pearl necklace around her neck. It's like, God, mystical choke collar. Who doesn't know anything about someone's culture? That won't ring a bell if she ever saw that. Anyway, you know, blondes or brunettes, what's better? Out of Spain. Anyway, how are you going to impeach him? I mean, if I said half the shit that he's done out there with different people and everything, it reads like a bad mobster movie that you should investigate over and see if you could impeach him for being a Chinese spy. Or else just in the pocket of Mussolini going back and forth, trying to kill off people that would unify the Americas with migrant workers and everything else. How Europe was unified against Rome, and it's something that has to do with something that's Latin over in like Monaco, and they're supposedly our allies and stuff. And it's like, I may understand what the word is or something else and be able to go along with Latin and some of those languages out there. And, you know, I understand whenever the girls are talking about me over at Makino's and stuff, and their, Valley Japanese thing. They got 2 or 3 languages around there. Everybody's like, what did I say now? What did I say now? It has nothing to do with anything. It's like you couldn't even remove the different churches around here that are illegal, that are genociding the Native Americans, and are actively against any group that speaks the same linguistical dialect as Carthage and everything else. And say, under Jesus Christ, they have a right to do that here because Rome can hide behind Jesus, and Jesus is for all of us in the world. Just because he's a suicide warrior don't mean shit for interloping and espionage and saying looks like you all. But I digress. I mean, espionage and being in the pocket of a foreign national emperor. I mean, they'll just say you were all Japanese bashing and Catholic bashing and Protestants. And, I mean, I just look at people and go, all of you all really can't even explain anything to a person that's like, we're not going with the government Joe Sixpack. I'm going to bring out Joe Sixpack here from wherever I know they're from. And if they can't understand what the charges mean, it's like Hillarying them. They were just against multiple marriage people or something else out there. And they didn't do anything with office misconduct, anything else. Tried to say that Bill Clinton was married to the nation through his job. He ain't my husband. I don't care what he is. That's something between 2 consenting adults that, want to have a public display of people fucking with them and saying, we're going to break you up because you exist in a form of holy matrimony and that no one's allowed to do shit to you. And everybody wants to go, that's 5, that's 5, that's 5. That's only allowed if you're a Mason. Every person in the country is a Freemason. That's part of the situation. And it don't matter if you're with something that's public with a ring or organization. There are no slave masonries, so no one's lineage ever dictates anybody's point or status or time period in, and everybody can have the right to their own tools and tool sheds and make what they want. It's under the freedom of the press, and everybody just says it has to do with type bullshit. It's getting ridiculous. I can stamp any part I want and everything else. As long as it's not something legal that somebody else is going to go out there, not going to be me, and going to cause a ruckus with other people and disrupt day-to-day functions of the society that we live in. Now, impeach Biden over a housing crowding incident and cost him his citizenship of the United States of America and his office. Granted, with everybody up there, they only have the one sole situation off of whatever it is, and if they're elected into office, they have to be impeached twice for their citizenship. There is not one thing you can do out there over that, and it's a fine. You don't even have the law to do anything over it at the federal level and say that the president is responsible for stuff that happens in HUD. Like what happened to Herman Cain. Oh yeah, Brazil nuts from Whole Foods. God, they're addictive. Must be all the selenium working with the stuff here from the people that gave me aluminum sulfate poisoning, saying I need to have less frontal lobe control because I don't drink enough. Like I said, fill with water and just say your mind. And it's like a complete excuse. Shut up. This is, not married guy's little helper. I like the chunks in that aloe juice. Anyway, moving right along from everything. What can I say next? I just don't know how you're going to do it. I mean, you have all these things for like real espionage, everything else, him working to dissolve any form of alliance that we had over World War II, and basically make us hypocrites of it, in a way. And that just goes around the world. And I keep looking at people just going, what is up with it? Impeach, 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 impeach. It's like no one's going to be happy until they finally get rid of somebody. And once you start dialing in the Roman Masons for them still working for Mussolini and the empirical person over there and not separating themselves from foreign sovereigns, I'm just going, seriously, it's all just a show. Anyway, this here is Colin Dawson with the Political Minute. Signing off for tonight. It's pretty late. Hope everybody's doing good. Everything else, like, subscribe, and share because it helps the channel out. And, I really do have hundreds of other videos going back here. This channel, it goes over about how to do it legally if you were going to impeach Biden. But, it's like people only look at things from whatever's there and doesn't really understand what you can really go at him. And I tried doing it over legal law and everything else. And then I just said, fuck it. I've been trying to get rid of supposedly all these people that are microwave implanting messages to me because I have to be immune to it or something. And we tell everybody whatever, and we help everybody out. I know it's a lot of help, or else it's meant to kill me. Worse than aluminum sulfate, lead, mercury poison. Constantly have to detox myself with. And they just swear it's the water quality for everybody, when it's really what they make the pyramid out of over in Italy. And Mussolini just worships it at the top of his columns. I understand up in New York where they have television every day. They put the Germans at. God, there's so many Roman Italians here. And all the people up there that's north of like Maryland and Virginia are scared to death of Romans. It's like they went control their soul somehow. And I'm just like, and they put the Japanese over there and sent like a few people over here. They just randomly migrate and switch in and out from White Sands. I don't know why they all wanted to go to the Gobi Desert and thought they were prophets for Jesus and quit. But impeaching Biden, oh God, liberal media controls this, so we won't have any circus things, and all the Fox News personalities are saying pay $10 more after you get cable to find out where we're at, because we can't do any of this on regular television. Pay us more. Like Republicans are Nazis and they're milking them for money. It's like the Republicans are going to make slavery back again, and the Democrats are going to be the first ones to genocide the Jewish population and Native Americans here. That's why we've paid for all of our own DNA tests. Anyway, Colin Dawson, like and subscribe. I know I've let him go too long here. And share.